on low. Music on low. Nobody expected. Stream at damn near 2 o'clock in the morning. Wake up, can't sleep.
This is the late night hour.
To have one shot too many. Monetarily rich to become wealthy. Because it seems like we're the only race that's not coming together, you know, that has so much hatred for each other, whether it's the women, whether it's men beefing over the pettiest things. And it's like we the only ones can't get it right. Every other race seems like they can a certain.
Asking me the question, it's probably the lack of exposure and perspective for our people. You feel me? Like they might not have never left Detroit or might never left Alabama, so they don't really see or hear or, you know, be able to interpret certain things to know that there's more out there.
Okay,
you know.
I feel like this. I hear what you're saying, and that would have been a good answer 21 years ago. But the reason why it's not a good answer is because you got some instances where we're overexposed because of the internet, social media. So you got everybody got the opportunity to be exposed who can afford.
But I'm saying it's a problem where it comes to you ain't even be able to speak at a certain level, conduct business at a certain level, or know the morals of certain, like I'm saying, exposure to all that type of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody not raised by bosses.
Right. And I mean, shit, even the ones that's raised by bosses, you know, or bosses that's their influence, sometimes don't value the relationship and don't work. Like sometimes you can have a child, and so to say, your child's friend can get the game from you and respect it and use the knowledge and wisdom that you give them more than your child, male or female. You know what I'm saying? Because it depends on who grasps it.
So maybe that's the answer to the question, the example.
Yeah, I mean that's
one
one
answer. Problems.
We got so
many problems.
We got so many problems. Like I said, you got jealousy and you got envy.
Yeah.
People, and I don't think some people understand the two, because sometimes people say the two together so much that they think they're the same thing. Jealousy and envy is different. You know what I'm saying? To be jealous of someone is to be like, oh man,
like love and hate at the same time.
He got this, or I'm jealous of him because he got more than me, or he can do more with less than me. People like him more than me. Envy is a person that feel that same way but want to be you. Wish that they was looked upon like how you're looked upon. You know what I'm saying? Which I've dealt with for the majority of my life. You know what I'm saying? Want to be me, people. You know what I mean? But they don't want to put the work in.
People be having daddy issues, mama issues, insecurities. Like niggas got insecurities. I mean, there's all type of different answers and problems what's wrong with it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the issue the reason why we're having this conversation is because of the different races that don't let that affect them. That don't stop them. The Jews don't stop. The Jewish people, should I say, don't stop because they have a dislike or jealousy or envy towards one another. They still put in together in certain businesses to own up everything. From my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my knowledge, how can a group of people have 67% of the world's wealth and 13% of the world's population? Something is wrong. I'm not jealous of that. I just would love our people to have that type of mentality, that type of sense to like come together and get money like that on that level. Like we should be able to do it. And it's not just the Jewish people, you got the Arabs, you know, Middle Eastern people, should I say, that way I cover all ground. You know, even the Africans come together better than the American black person. You know what I'm saying? And you know how women is, you know, they caught up in I ain't gonna say getting it, but they just they got so many hang-ups that they fall out with each other. It's a man shortage. So don't nobody want to share a man, but it's a real man shortage. Especially if you dating within your race or if you're trying to find a husband within your race. Then it's too many women to one man. Now, we got the reverse problem. Because we like kids in the candy store. You want every woman you see. I want dark meat tonight. I want light skin. Let me try something white. You know, like, so it's like the world is full of temptation, and the people that's being tempted have to know how to sometimes suppress those feelings or those temptations, you know what I'm saying, in order to keep their family life and just life in general in order. You know what I mean? Like, the purpose of this, everybody want to live the luxurious life, and I would love to see everybody living on a luxurious level. Everyone, not I wouldn't want to see one person poor.
It's about that exposure, so a lot of people don't even want that for themselves because they don't know. They don't see.
Right.
They don't know.
But
they don't know that that's possible.
But even when you say exposure, it's like we have, brother. We have rich and wealthy people that don't have exposure, and they cool with that. They cool with playing the back. Me, I'm not cool with playing the back because I've been living my life out front. So that's comfortable for me to be out front. That's comfortable for me to accept the things good and bad that may be said about me. I can deal with it. I'm a real man. You know what I'm saying? My job is to be here and provide for my people at any cost. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just used to dealing with adversity, period. You know what I mean? With any type of adversity, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to dealing with, I'm used to putting my family or the world, as they say, on my back. But everybody ain't not meant to have that position or role, or don't know how to handle it if they did have that role in life. You know, you got comfortable people playing the back, and they good at it, and I don't mind them. And you got smart enough people that'll say, hey, well, I'm gonna let you be out front, I'm gonna play the back. But why we don't work together is the question that I have. Why we don't work together? Why is it so hard for our people to come together?
Culture is too busy hating on each other.
Right. I mean, that's the only thing that that's the only thing that we good at.
Yeah, that's the only thing we're good at.
We good at. You know what I'm saying? So it's hating on each other.
They purposely put us around each other to, hate each other, right, and kill each other. So we gotta do better.
Right. It's like we worried about the wrong thing. Like I feel like we worried. I feel like we worried. No, we worry about the wrong things. You know, it's like if you're a good boxer, and then they say, well, it's a better boxer in jail, locked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a good baseball player, then they say it's a better baseball player. He didn't make it because he used to be high on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always something. Oh, it's a better woman singer, but she can't sing because she's addicted or she got vices in some type of way. Like, we so busy going against the grain that nobody never say, well, what can I do to help these people that got these vices or that could be good, or how can we come together? It's like everybody want money, but don't nobody want to deal with the steps that it takes to make money. Yeah. Right. Everybody want money. Everybody just money. The money I want the money at by any means necessary, illegally or legally. But yet you don't want to take the in all the games is sacrifices. Nobody is born with a bunch of drugs and just make money and never go broke again in their life. That's not real life. You know what I'm saying? So everybody go through struggles, legally and illegal. Everybody got to pretend sometimes when they don't feel like it. Everybody got to smile. Well, I know I do. Sometimes I got to smile to keep from crying, or when I want to cry, or when I'm just feeling bad. You know what I'm saying? But because
I think another thing in our generation, not to cut your wisdom, like, is a lack of leadership type shit. there's more followers than leaders. And that ain't no excuse, but that's just the fact of the whole situation. Everybody, it's the blonde leading the blonde.
The child's going
That's
on.
been going on for forever, you feel me?
I love this right now. You
that
guys
ain't
are
nothing
documenting
It's at its worst right now, though.
Yeah, it's how this works because, you know,
You gotta think about our black leaders, think about it, you know, what they do to them, how they go down.
it's like you make so much
Same
money.
thing.
It's like if they see a person making their money being a clown, then you got now, and what I mean by a clown, like just doing a bunch of dumb shit, but they making a lot of money. You have to understand that it's entertainment at times too. You know what I'm saying? So this is the way this person get their money, by doing a bunch of clown shit, fucking up. You know, I'm not speaking about nobody in particular. I'm just using.
We could just say trolling. Let's say,
Yeah,
let's say
yeah,
a person-
trolling.
That's the common.
Trolling or whatever the case may be. Okay, they make a lot of money doing that. Okay, but all of us can make our money doing that, and it's a form of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Streaming, acting, in movies, and reality shows. All of those are different forms of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be a certain way for the camera. All of them got the camera involved. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you have to remember that it's a job when you streaming, when you acting, an actor or actress.
Even musicians.
Right, when you on doing these reality shows. Half the reality shows are scripted. They're not non-scripted, you know. The majority of them that I know of, they scripted. What I'm saying is, you know, people condemn you. Oh, this person. Come on.
That's good. That works.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. They got to come up to the garage because the elevator. You got to come through the garage elevator because
Meech 1988. When are you coming back to the Loop?
very soon. We putting something together now, trying to get the club or the venue, I should say, lined up right as we speak. I'll be there soon. I missed the Lou. I'm trying to hit that steakhouse on Grand, across from the Fox Theater. That's my favorite place to eat.
There's a lot of great comments. Everyone's giving W's in the chat. You got one.
Shout out all the
What's one way
W's in
you
the
saved
chat.
your money, OG?
Well, hold on. Shout out all the W's in the chat. Shout out to my immortals. Apologize for being so late at night, but we wasn't really gonna stream tonight, but I decided to because, like I said, a few things was on my heart and mind that I wanted to talk about as far as us as a people, because I love my people so much, and something gotta change for the better. We have to learn how to come together. I love seeing everybody do it, every race. I love the diversity, but it's every race but our race. It's no group of, we can't pick a group of people unless they play basketball together, but they're not family. You know, if they're NBA, if they're on the football team, you can say, okay, he getting 10 million, he getting 50 million, he getting 100 million, you know, but why we are not able to do that in public? Why is it ain't 5 people in my hood that's rich or wealthy or has generational wealth and whatever they doing, whether it's real estate, entertainment, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see that. I would love to see that before I die, before I pass away. I would love to see us as a whole come together and take care of our people. You know, I'm not saying get no money and just give all your money away to poor people, because you got some people that just don't want nothing. And you leave them people where they at if they don't want it. But if you see somebody that don't have nothing but just, and also hasn't had the opportunity, then put them on. Put them on. You know, that was the one thing.
Don't gatekeep.
You know, yeah, don't gatekeep. But that was the thing when coming from the era that I come from, when they asked me the other night on the other stream who inspired me, and I said YBI, and the Young Boys Incorporated is which what I meant by that is like, even though it was for what seemed like for bad to put 12 or 13-year-old, having 12 or 13-year-old people selling drugs, it still helped them 12 or 13-year-old people learn how to pay bills, how to take their money home to. When you 12 or 13 years old, you're not trying to go out on a date. You bring your money home to your mama and daddy, or your mama, or just your dad, whoever you got. You bring your money, even if you got to sneak it and not let your mom or dad know really what you have or what you out there doing. So it's like light bulbs went off in Detroit in all of our heads when we was young. And then I grew up with that same mentality as, hey, I gotta put the youngsters on. That's why Pee Wee used to be like my son when he was with me 13, 14 years old. And I'm talking about Pee Wee Roscoe. And he'd tell you the same thing. Anytime he was around me, I had him everywhere from Maine to Spain. And anytime he was around me for a couple of weeks or a couple of months at a time, I would tell him, when I give him this money to send him home, before you go to the shopping mall, make sure you give your mama some money. Do not say that you done just left me and not take your mama some money. Take your mama some money and then go do whatever it is you want to do. And that's the Detroit mentality. That's the way we was raised. And I just see that for all our people, that's what we need. Like, we have to come together as a people, rather. Not take, but come together as a people and explore ideas and try ideas, whether it's real estate, entertainment, anything, and just it shouldn't be Meech got all the money and everybody else work for Meech don't really have nothing. So now I gotta worry about somebody robbing me, even though I would never do that. I've never lived like that. If I was down and everybody else was down, then when I come up, as soon as I got myself together, the people that surrounded me, I'm bringing them up with me. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to have just as much or more than me, because that way if I ever lose mine, I got something to fall back on.
The Postman 74. Why black men don't seek therapy?
Because, you know what, that's
We were
crazy.
just talking about that.
Actually, we were just talking about that. The reason why black men don't seek therapy, or black women are tried because they're willing to, but you gotta understand, a therapist, most therapists never grew up like how we grew up, never experienced the traumas that we experienced. So how you gonna listen to somebody that never experienced or really don't know what you've been through, you know what I'm saying, and going through. So that's why therapy don't work really for us like that, you know what I'm saying? It really don't work for us like that and we don't feel comfortable telling a stranger our business. You see what I'm saying? So now what good is it, how can you be helped if you sit down and lie to the therapist? Because you don't want him to know that you beat your wife, you know what I'm saying, because you don't have no money. Or the woman don't want nobody to know that she really beat her kids.
Nas Nagny gifted 1 subscription. Nas Nagny.
Nas Nagny, shout out to Nas Nagny. We appreciate you, love you. Keep on subscribing, and we're gonna try to turn this thing up for y'all the rest of this summer, leading into the winter, into the new year.
Hughville WB. Teach them financial responsibility early in life.
I mean, that's what we're talking about right now. You know, you gotta understand, like, again, we got the wrong kind of temptation. You know, do you know we the biggest consumers? Because we like everything designer. We want top-notch everything, but we don't have top dollars. You know, a lot of us really don't. But you walking around and you living in the best of everything. That's because we need to learn how to invest our money instead of sitting up talking about, I'm saving this and I'm saving that. Saving ain't doing no good, because when you save money, guess what? You got to go get it when you messed up. And now that's gone. The savings is gone. So invest the money. I ain't saying don't save anything, but make more investments. Invest more than you save, so your money is working for you.
We had someone comment on the mental health. They said, we don't seek therapy because we don't know self. Cobb 45 said we don't seek therapy because do you think that's true? We don't know ourselves?
No, I don't think that's true. We know ourselves very well. How's not? You have nothing. You at the rawest form. Now, if you want to say that maybe we don't help the mental health as we should, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to therapy, it depends on what kind of therapy you're talking about. You talking about mental therapy where you are considered almost retarded, or you a little crazy, or you talking about marriage counseling, and stuff like that. You know, like you got different. That's why they have these. That's why you have so many different religions that people go to, and it has made a lot of people better in some ways or others. That's kind of like a therapy. Just to know that you can trust in God and believe in God and keep your faith in God, you know, that one day things are going to be better or like you would like them to be.
BMF Nut 263 gifted 10 subscription to the community.
BMF Nut, shout out BMF Nut, man, 263. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being in the chat. Shout out my immortals. We here to infinity.
Mr. Macaroni, do you invest in stocks?
I haven't yet, because I really don't know the stocks like that. I have some friends that do. You know, they be up and down. You know, I done seen some people make money off of the stocks. And I'm not saying that it's a bad investment. It's probably, but it's better than sitting around saving your money and not flipping your money. Your money should be turning over. This is how you become rich, and then you become wealthy. If your money is just sitting in the bank account and you just collecting interest off of it, and 9 out of 10 you spending more than just the interest, then you're doing nothing but going downhill slowly. So make the proper investments, and that flips your money.
Nas Nagy sent hype.
Okay, Nas Nagy.
So, what are your thoughts on real estate? Ace Johnson asked, would you ever get into real estate?
Yeah, I mean, we working it now. I love real estate. And my thoughts on real estate is it's good to have as collateral. You know, don't just get the real estate and hold on to it waiting on the big sale. You know, sometimes you can get enough real estate and borrow against it. It's all paid for. Borrow against it and flip that money. Buy more real estate and open up some shops or apartment buildings or towers, whatever you can afford to do at that level. But use your real estate to make more money. Don't just let it sit there. Like I said, if you're a person, if you're more than a one house buying person, you know, let's say you buy 5, 10 houses at one time, and you're trying to fix them up and sell them. Okay, well, I'll sell 2 right quick if I can, and the other 8, guess what? I go get a loan on those 8 homes and still own them, rent them out, and take that loan money and go buy another 10 homes. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you got to learn how to make your money, let your money work for you, instead of sitting there, oh, I'm stacking. You stacking, but what you doing with it? You stacking only for it to go down.
Or buy designer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, what you doing? As soon as you see something you like I done seen shit when you was trying to stack, especially at a young age. You look up, you got 700,000-800,000 saved, and you look up, it's a chain for 700,000. So in reality, that's my whole savings. But now I can take that 700,000 and go buy 3 properties at 200-some thousand a piece, cash them out, turn around, And if I don't want to sell the properties, get a loan on the properties and buy 3 or 4 more properties. Like, people gotta learn, the knowledge is out there. We living in the information era, so there's no reason why you don't have this information. You can Google it, look it up. If you wanna Google who Big Meech and them beefing with and what he doing and all this, then you can Google, how can I make my money work for me? Google that, how to make my money work for me. What's a smart investment? Chat GPT that, you chat GPT and everything else. Chat GPT, how do I work my money? What's a good investment that'll help my money turn into something?
So that's individual, but you talking about coming together. We have Robbie Rich ask, can you come back to Detroit? We've been missing a leader and someone like you for a long time. How do you think us leaders should tackle that? Do we go back to our cities?
Of course, I go back all the time. I've been there like 5 times since I've been able to move around. You know what I'm saying? Some for personal reasons and some for business. But you know, again, it's not always all about just our city. Sometimes it's about us as a race, I'm talking about. No matter where we at, we gotta come together. I don't care if the man from Minnesota is black and got a plan, and I'm from Detroit and I got a plan, and the guy from Atlanta got a plan, and the guy from Philly got a plan, and the woman from Florida got a plan. Then let's put our money together and press play. And what that creates is not only generational wealth, but I'm talking about you have to understand that by us coming together as a group, then it's 8 or 10 of us not allowing one person to take the whole risk. You see what I'm saying? So if you got an $8 million project that can turn into a $100 million project, now instead of me going to invest $8 million by myself, you know, and messing up all my money or kind of making me live check to check, I can get 7 other people to help me and put up $1 million a piece, and we all have a percentage of this. You know what I'm saying? Would that be about 13%, somewhere around that, 7 people, of whatever it is. And you look up, and now I still got $7 million to work with. And I'm part owner in this. I'm on the board or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we have to learn how to incorporate. And I ain't talking about buy a corporation, but you the sole person that's taking all the risk. I'm talking about really incorporate. Put together something corporate. Put together 4 or 5 people, individuals, whether it's male or female, that y'all are all not allowing one person to take the risk when y'all jump out there and do something.
Tony Li 353. How accurate was the BMF show, Big Meech? Much love.
60-40, appreciate that question. It was 60-40. It was a great show. It could have been shot in a little bit better light, but I'm more appreciative that it introduced the world to me and my family for people who didn't know us, you know, and especially my family. It did a lot of good for my family, you know, not necessarily monetarily, but as far as getting people to understand my family situation, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, you know what I'm saying, and myself. You know, 10.5 million viewers every Friday is a big accomplishment. And the #1 hit show on Stars for 4 seasons is big.
Got 2 more subscriptions to the channel.
Thank you for them 2 subscriptions, dude. Who is it?
Nas Nagy.
Nas Nagy again. I appreciate that, Nas Nagy. We appreciate that. The Immortals appreciate that.
Hooked Your Girl TV. The barber hooked you up, Meech.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I know he will too. You know, his name is Zoe. You know, that's my barber on the regular, the only one that's gonna put that razor on my face in Miami, Florida.
Robbie X Rich. Buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. Do you agree?
Yeah, to a certain extent. It all depends. If you can sell at a high price, like I had a friend who talked to me about a week ago. He bought a property for $45,000 in 2020. He sold that property last week for like $490-something thousand in Detroit.
Mr. Macaroni, what is the best investment you ever made?
Drugs. You know, it's sad, but it's true. I mean, nothing paid like drugs during that time. But that was the best investment that I ever made, and I can't lie about that.
AC Johnson, what's one of the biggest lessons you learned in life?
The biggest lesson I know, that you can't make everyone happy. That's impossible.
Cobb 45. It's so much more as black we can do as Brother Meech was saying. We gotta apply ourselves to help one another.
Yeah, but it's the mind. You gotta fix the brain. You know, when I used to work out, not just when I used to work out, let me rephrase. But when I came to a good instructor that knew how to really work out, he taught me that basically he was like, listen, no bending over, no getting up off your knees on the ground, and no sipping water while you work out. All of that is 25 push-ups and no cussing. So I used to be like, damn, why I can't sip no water? He was like, because you don't need water, you need air when you're working out. That's all it is, you need air. And he's like, ain't no bending over because ain't no air down here. Air is up here. And I never forgot that. And I used that when I was working out when I was an instructor and people was working out up under me, you know. And that's what's wrong with our people. You have to train the brain. We have to break it down and train the brain to be able to work together and not let no animosity. Okay, you didn't like the way he or she pulled up or what they was wearing today, or you figured that they kind of, you know, was a little too arrogant towards you. That don't mean that y'all should fall out. Continue to work together, you know, and be on one accord, because that has nothing to do with the business. That's personal. When you start hating the way somebody pull up or hating the way somebody look at another person over you and stuff, that has nothing to do with the business y'all doing together. Hey, for prime example is me and my brother. He liked to play the back, I like to play the front. When we were working together, we were successful. We had arguments, we bickered and fight, but when it was time to get down to business, up until we fell out, we would get down to business. You see what I'm saying? We could just get in the fight and they could say, hey, what we just paid for came in. Then now it's like, hey bro, well, you know, this many management, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna take these here and do this. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Even though he played the back, he had just as much shit as I had out front. You know what I'm saying? He got Maybachs and Aston Martins and Lamborghinis and all this shit for him and his people. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't choose to go out as much as me. So that's why I say, like, we just have to train the brain with our people to not worry about what somebody else is doing, what they're doing, what your partner is doing, or none of that, and more so just keep investing together, keep the business going. With your personal opinions, because everybody has one, of someone, or how they feel, or how they may treat you, you shouldn't let that affect the business. And that's what's different about other races. They don't let that affect them.
Before we get to the next comment, we have some people saying kicks, Slim Flex, Statics, Crowley, Nas, sending kicks, digital gifts your way.
Okay, appreciate that. And you know, I gotta give a big shout out to to Kick for even having this platform and is because I'm gonna use this platform to the best of my ability, and I appreciate coming home and having a yeah, shout out to Kid for real. Damn near standing ovation to Kid, and I appreciate having a platform like this where I can voice my opinion and it don't cost me every dollar that I have in a kitty to run this operation.
Robbie Rich says, it seems like you got out and hit the ground running. How are you able to get caught up to speed so fast and get acclimated to the current times after being away so long?
Didn't hit the ground running though, because they had that ankle monitor
Never had a touch.
for 18 or 19 months. But what I did was stay in touch even when I was in prison. I stayed in tune with the music, and the reason why I mentioned the music because even when I was in 23-1 conditions, sometimes that's all I would have is music. So I would stay in the loop as to what was going on in reality, in the real world with music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of music helped me. And then once I got out of 23-1 conditions, the television, and then I got nephews and nieces and daughters and a son and grandkids. So I would stay in the loop as to what's going on. And I got friends. I never had a shortage on friends, even when I got locked up,
Pop 45. Basically, you're saying don't let emotions affect your relationship with others.
You can't. That makes, listen, you can't deal in, we used to have a saying, don't deal in feelings. You can't deal in feelings. You can't let emotions. I remember growing up as a youngster, when I was real poor, you couldn't crack a joke on me. Because I'm poor, I'm fucked up. I'm poor, holes in my shoes, gotta change clothes. You and your brother gotta stay wearing the same size. One of y'all can't afford to get fat, because you gotta switch your jeans, you gotta switch pants, you gotta switch, I wear these pants one day, he wearing the next day. I wear this shirt one day, he wear the shirt the next day. You see what I'm saying? So when you grow up under them conditions, ain't no joke funny. Now, once we started getting some money, I was able to laugh and crack a joke or two, but I really never liked talking about people. We can crack a joke. No, because I've been that person before. I've been in that position before. So I'm not gonna sit about it. If I talk about you, I can help you. If I crack jokes on, man, you had that outfit on 2-3 days, I'm gonna tell you to go in the room and get something real. I'm gonna give you some money and tell you to go shopping. I'm not gonna just talk about you and then you're gonna be just a joke around here. And now you hate me, and I ain't gonna help you change your situation. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference in me than most people.
Hogville WB. Black people hate against each other. Why?
It's a mentality. It's the slave mentality. That's why. It's the slave mentality. You gotta understand. This been going on for centuries, for generations, for them to put light skin in front of dark skin. Dark skin mean bad. Light skin mean you semi good, but you're not white. You know what I'm saying? Right, the old versus the young versus the old, really. Because old people, they ain't doing nothing wrong but getting old. But but only problem I ever had with older people is when they don't try to understand the youth. Because I was misunderstood. Because I'm first generation of young people getting real money. You see what I'm saying? So the older people didn't understand hip hop when it came out. Oh, that ain't real music. When Curtis Blow and Melly Mel and them Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 and all them came out, and then Run DMC and LL Cool J, they didn't, and Fat Boys, man, my daddy never ain't understand that. Man, what is that? What are you listening to? Turn that off. He liked Marvin Gaye and Prince. I mean, well, I like the Prince in that time. But he liked the Marvin Gaye. That was my daddy's favorite, his favorite artist during that time. And then I used to like, you know, like I said, all of the hip hop was coming in. And everybody thought that hip hop was gonna play out. They've been waiting on it to play out. It's still here. You know what I'm saying? But they thought it was gonna play out until they caught on to other races.
What do you think your influence was on hip hop culture?
My influence on hip hop culture? Oh man, my influence on hip hop culture it's a multitude of things, you know, and it's from living a luxurious lifestyle, coming from the street. You know, that's the difference. You know, everybody that they seen, which was very few, that looked like me, would be somebody that was already successful. Like when Death Row, when Suge Knight and them was worth $300 million in less than 3 years. Def Jam, Russell Simmons, and him and Rick Rubin doing their thing over there at Def Jam, starting out, and Puff, P. Diddy, when he had Bad Boy Entertainment, coming from Uptown with Andre Harrell. You know, me being a street person, me being from the street, I couldn't let those type of people outdo me, because what I'm doing, I'm facing life sentences. This is how I like force my way to become a part of the culture, a part or one of the pioneers that helped make the change to the Ferraris, the Rolls Royces. I'm not the first black man to buy a Rolls Royce or Ferrari or have a fleet of cars. I'm not the first one, but I'm the first one from the era when the cars cost $300,000, $500,000. I'm the first one to do that. I'm the first one to have three or four homes in each city or state that you live in. I'm the first one to have $3-4 million worth of jewelry walking around with that on. When I left, a female didn't have a diamond necklace unless her man bought it. You know what I'm saying? So my girl at the time had diamond necklaces. My brother girl had diamond necklaces. Some of the ops or some of the other people in my organization that was getting money, they girls had diamond necklaces. So you knew, that's J-Rock girl, that's Big Meech girl, that's Big T girl, that's Tito girl, that's Ill girl, you know. But so a lot of the fashion and everything I brought into the culture. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta used to wear polo only. That was, you was getting money if you had the whole Ralph Lauren polo outfit, and if you drove a Chevelle, you know what I'm saying, or any type of Chevy. I kind of flipped that, you know. Of course, there was some Atlanta people that had Benzes and stuff like that, but there weren't too many of them riding around in Rolls Royces, Ferraris, and Lambo and had no fleet of them, you know. So I kind of brought a lot of that my style to hip hop, you know what I'm saying, to the culture, you know what I'm saying.
Chat wants to know, who is the beautiful lady to your right?
That's my girl, Tasha.
Mars or Jupiter? Suge Knight was Death Row, but Meech was BMF, and it was everything.
Absolutely, like I said, I was friends with both. I was friends with Suge and with P. Diddy, you know, and I had a great time with both of them guys, and both of those guys never put me in any of their animosity. You know, whatever they had going on was between them, and they left me out of it, and I enjoyed being on both sides. Not playing both sides, being on both sides. You see what I'm saying? I enjoy that. They never put me in a mess.
Chat want to know, are you open for collabs?
Collabs how?
Collaboration.
Streaming? Of course. Of course, that's part of the put on process. Whether you put me on or I put you on, or we put each other on by just doing something together.
Yeah, I fuck with Diamond Jim.
What?
Diamond Jim.
What about it?
It's Hattie and Unc. You think like in Jersey or something.
Yeah.
They got a straight program. They be working people out and shit.
Oh, that's what they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they show them what's up. You know?
That's what's up. Shout out to
Way
Diamond.
united, way of being an example of, okay, this how you get this, how I get it.
Absolutely.
W's in the chat.
All the W's in the chat. Shout out W's in the chat. You know, I know it's late here. We're in America. We're in the United States. It's late on this side, from Miami all the way up to Maine, from the East Coast down south. But I know it's early some places in all over the world. So why don't some of you people from all these other places check in, whether it's Africa, London, Nice, Spain, you know, what should I say, France and England, Europe, anywhere over there. Everybody check in. Russia, you know, check in and let us know that you paying attention to what the Immortals got going on and Big Meech got going on.
What's your favorite cigar?
Romeo and Juliet and some Cohibas, but Romeo and Juliet definitely won. And Partagas is all right too, pretty much. But I like the sweet cigars. Some of them is kind of cheap, maybe, but I like them, and that's the Groovy Blues and the different flavors they have. Matter of fact, you must have held the camera down so they could see it, because I was ready to light one up anyway before we end.
Bozo Ross, love from New Zealand, gang.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to New Zealand, Bozo Ross. We trying to get there. We want that New Zealand experience. Maybe you can show us around if we allowed in the country.
Big Kahuna, 300. Unc from Diamond Gym. Big homie.
Oh, okay, there you go. They checking in.
It's
Yeah.
in non-track.
Yeah. Diamond Jim, from Diamond Jim, my nephew was just telling me about you. I gotta come check you out.
They got a solid program. They get it in.
AC Johnson, 99. Fort Worth, Texas, in the chat.
Okay, Fort Worth. AC 99, I see you. I used to live in Frisco.
Op 3, Detroit, Dexter, and Joy Road, West Side.
Yep. Detroit, Dexter. Shout out West Side.
Robbie Rich, speak on how important it is to keep your name good and the impact it had on your current time.
Your name is everything. Your name is your money. Your name mean more than your money. Your reputation mean more than your money. You know, that's one reason why sometimes I choose not to open my big mouth. You know, because you let your reputation precede you, as always. Me being 58 years old, I got a long history of a solid reputation. That's why you can't tarnish or put no dirt on my name, no smut on my name. I don't give a fuck how many times you see my name on some paperwork. It ain't saying that I said anything. It just may have my name in the paperwork. I can't help that. That's how shit go. I don't know what the feds watching or where they get their stories from. But because your name is in paperwork, does not mean your reputation is turned. That does not mean you're a rat or you snitch. It's a storyline, like a book.
Godson 101. Shout out to North Carolina.
Shout out North Carolina neighborhood.
West Sealand Thin. Shout out to South Carolina in the chat.
SC, South Cackalack.
Young Gap 08. Shout out Senegal.
Senegal for sure. Gotta do that. Shout out Senegal.
Big Kahuna 300. How do you let your time pass after being free?
Shit, time flies being free compared to being locked up. Can't lie about that, you know. And not to get off subject, everybody that's in the chat and that's paying attention to this, whether you like me or not, try to think of some type of plan to come together with some people that you do like, that's of a color. Even if it take a person that's from another race to help y'all out or help us out, do your best to come together and make something happen, because it's time out for us spending the most money but having the least.
Nas Nagy. Yemen in the house.
Okay, Yemen. Najee. That's Najee. That's not Najee. That's my man. Excuse me, Najee, because my man didn't know how to say your name, but I know who that is. He had to say it a few times wrong for me to get it. Shout out to Najee, the whole Najee family. You know, we was locked up together. I was locked up with the daddy and the son at one time, starting my bid. Good people, good reputation. Shout out to Yemen, man. Big shout to Yemen.
Mr. Macaroni. Love for Nigeria. You inspire a lot of us over here.
I'm on my way to Nigeria too. You see what it is. I'm on my way to Nigeria for real. I'm on my way. I will be there before the year is out.
Rocky 2027. Would you ever host a podcast along with Jay Prince?
I wouldn't, I don't have no problems with Jay Prince. Jay Prince is a good man as far as I know. And he never done me no harm or wrong. He's never done nothing but spoke up for me. I don't know about podcasts, but that would be a good podcast partner, Jay Prince. That would be. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't. I don't have no reason not to.
Slim Flex. Japan is in the house.
Okay, Japan.
Foreign Cuts. Shout me out. Foreign Cuts. Trapping from Japan.
Okay, foreign cut. What part of Japan? Y'all in Tokyo? Where? Let me know you really watching. You might be somewhere in West Palm talking about you from Japan.
Young Pat _08. Michigan in the house.
Okay.
989.
Murder Mitt. Young Pap.
Nas Najee gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
That's what I'm talking about, Najee. Give me that Michael Jackson, that glove. Appreciate you.
The Doughboy of OFT. Love from San Antonio. Glad you're out there, dog. Keep spreading that love.
Appreciate that. Shout out San Antonio Doughboy OFT.
Slim Flex. Tokyo, Japan. In the house.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Tokyo, Japan. We'll be there too. Trying to get there before the year is out, but we will be over there.
Moneybags _920 gifted a sub to Foreign Cuts.
Thank you, Moneybags 920. That's what you said? Yeah. Moneybags 920, appreciate you. We here, we in the building, car elevators, pools on the roof. We here. Or on the balcony, shall I say. Pools on the balcony. Give him a shot at that pool on the balcony. Cameraman. I need the balcony getting on my fan. I need attention. I need attention.
Rob Bass, 420 W's, foreign cups, BMF, foreign cups, 100.
Foreign Cups. Appreciate you, Foreign Cups. Appreciate y'all for tuning in on just a little light night, little short night. I wanted to vent. My people was around. Like I said, it was just on my mind and my heart. I just want to talk about us coming together as a race and trying to build some generational wealth.
Touch Paper Street. Thoughts on Adrian Broner getting sober and getting back to it.
It's great to see him like that. I hope he love it. It's great. Why would I want anything else? It's great to see AB getting back in shape, doing his thing, understanding and knowing his worth and everything. It's great. Shout out to Dean for helping him. Dean really put him on, and this is what I'm talking about. These are the type of steps that we have to make as a race and build each other up even when a person is at his worst. You see what I'm saying? You know, so it's good to see AB back. It's good to see AB in shape, and he's blessed. And I want to see him go further in life, and I hope he live a long, happy, luxurious life, you know. And Dean and Nadine, the manager, my manager too, I love and appreciate y'all for just taking the time out to help me learn and understand this streaming stuff.
Chat want to know, how do you feel about Drake?
I love Drake music. I love it. I never met him, but I love his music, you know, and his swag, everything. I don't have nothing bad to say about. No, I love music, period. You know, so I mean, I don't know who wrote the book on You Can't Like Drake, Kendrick, and Rick Ross,
Right.
and 50 Cent, or none of that. I don't know who wrote that book that you can't like. You got to choose one, but I've never been like that. I love everybody's music.
Rob Bass, 420. Much love from Toronto, the 6.
I love the 6, Toronto. I used to go to the Caribbean Festival back in the day, straight up to 401 and go shopping on Young Street.
Toxic Media sent a yap. 2,000 kick.
Okay.
Big Meech, the Rivers.
I try to be. What I think about Nipsey?
I'm like,
I love Nip. What do you mean what I think about it? And that's one person that I had a chance to talk to.
Good dude.
Very good man. I love Nip and everything that he stood for.
Thank you.
Neighborhood on Crip. Look at. See the beautiful lady want to keep taking shots? Shout out the beautiful lady Tasha want to keep taking shots. Huh?
they're right.
Health and wealth, success and nothing less.
Chat want to know, what is your favorite food?
Fried chicken.
You're using as American.
I got fried chicken in a minute.
Don't forget that corned beef. That's top notch in your.
Yeah, that's what's my favorite.
And he makes pretty fried chicken. We need to get him to make some fried chicken next time.
Definitely.
Rob Bass, 420, W.
W's in the chat, man. Appreciate that. W. Shout out my immortals. Immortals check in. I ain't heard one immortal. Where y'all at? Y'all sleep? Sleep when you're dead.
There's a lot of them.
Sleep when you're dead, immortals.
How can you use the same tactics when you're selling drugs as into business?
Say what? I say it. Repeat that.
How can you use the same tactics?
How can you
Yeah. The tactics
implement
you
them?
were
What do you
using.
mean? How can you? It's not.
Or what are the tactics that you
It
use
should have
for
been.
it?
Oh, a lot of the same. Invest. Invest. I invested in myself. My brother invested in himself. J Rock invested in himself. If you look back on our indictment, everything that was lost in our indictment, monetarily, drugs, assets, was all ours. We didn't owe nobody for none of our shit. Everything was ours. The 270 million I forfeited, my brother forfeited. So you bust that down in half if you would like. But the 270 million forfeited, 20 million of it was assets, and 200 and something million was 210. Was 270, so it was 250 that was actually drugs and money. 20 million was assets. That means cars, jewelry, homes, and stuff like that.
Moneybags, _920, W's, Tasha.
Wow. Tasha. See, I'm putting Tasha on. I put Tasha on, man.
Tasha's low-key.
Nah, ain't no low key. Tasha on the screen. There ain't no fucking low key on the
You
screen.
said you wanted to ask me a question. I answered. And I was-
Robbie Bands, Big Meech love from the Bay and Vegas.
From the Bay and Vegas? Yes. Vegas. Shout out to my Gersha niggas in Vegas too, man. You know, a lot of the homies down there, my members down there, but shout out to Gersha and there and down there in Vegas, man. You know, it's some real good people down there. I love Vegas. And actually I'm coming soon trying to see my man Jeezy at the residency.
So like going back to the crib, like going back home after so much time, and you had, constant visits, like how that's been for you, like just being able to touch the ground again and just be.
The love in Detroit, the love everywhere is amazing because I love to be loved, but at the same time, the love in Detroit is so special because it's like, man, it's like, I've never got one hate vibe. The 5 times I've been to Detroit in the past few months since February, since my daughter was sick, I've never felt no hate in Detroit or nowhere else for that matter. Everywhere I've been, from to Atlanta to Louisville, and especially living here in Miami, I've never experienced no type of hate or anything like that. It's been all love. And I look at it like this, man. If you hate, don't look. What did you looking at? What did you checking on me for? You know what I'm saying? Don't check for me. You don't like me. You don't like nothing I do or what I stand for or the way I look or, don't check for me.
Arc K3, what was your favorite vehicle?
I said this last night, Ferrari and Rolls Royce and Lamborghini, in that order.
Slim Flex, Immortals.
Okay, Immortals. Shout out my Immortals. Appreciate one for checking in out of many. The rest may not know that I'm up.
The Postman 74. Can you give words of encouragement?
Depending on what type of encouragement you need. You need encouragement in your relationship. You need encouragement in monetarily and in everyday life. What is it that you need encouragement on?
Bob RIX. Thanks for the follow.
Who? Say it again.
Box RX, thanks for the follow. Tino Lafayette.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Chat wanna know, what do you do on your day off?
Relax. Sit out there with that view in the daytime that y'all see. You know, that's me. I'm more of a. As much as I love people around, I do have my times where I just like to go self-reflect. I do a lot of self-reflect because I don't do everything right. And if a person thinks that they do everything right, that's going to be their major downfall, and that's their first mistake. So I don't do everything right. I don't say everything right to myself, to my knowledge. So sometimes I have to self-reflect, even if it's something as small as an argument. I could have had an argument with a person, but because I'm Big Meech, and I might have over-talked them during that argument in that situation, but I could have been wrong. So I self-reflect. That way I can come back to that person as a real man and say, listen, you was right, I was wrong. Now where we go from here?
Rocky 2027. With the history of Vlad, would you ever do an interview?
No. I love Vlad as a DJ, and I used to buy his mixtapes and everything back then, mix CDs, whatever you want to call them. But an interview on Vlad, no, because that's just not the type of platform that I need to be on or see myself on. Nothing against Vlad. I just don't see myself on a Vlad interview.
Op 3. One of your favorite hobbies?
Music. Music and cars. It's my favorite hobby.
BB Lewis hit me and said he wants to do a stream at Circle House.
BB?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I do anything for BB.
Yeah.
That's my man. Of course I do a stream at Circle House. Just name the time and place. If that date is filled, then we'll make a date that's not just for Circle House. I love Circle House. I love BB and his whole family. Full Circle. They set it out for me back in the day. And I would love to do one there. That's a nice piece. That's my environment. That's my type of place.
He wants you to make a song.
I don't know if I'll make a song.
He doesn't know what you're telling me.
Come on, BB. Hey, come on,
I'm
BB.
producing. We get Brian.
They don't know
Yeah.
about the ear, man.
Come on, man. Come on, BB. I can put some people on. Let me do my DJ Khaled thing and
Oh,
put
they
some
want you.
people
You
on
would
the
say you
song.
want you. You got it.
Hey, tell them about the ear. Okay, like you talk about music all night, you feel me?
Right.
But like the show showed a little bit of how Papa was, right? But like
Right.
you got to live with the experience with your father. You feel me? People may not know that like he was gifted with an ear.
Yeah, he was. My dad was. My dad was more into gospel music. So my dad, we had a studio in the 70s in our house. Even though it was, we lived at the address. It's tore down now. The address was 1231 Levo, and we had a studio in the basement. And my dad had a real good ear for music, but he only listened to gospel music because of the way that he was raised. So now to have a new generation of kids, with me being born in '68, and me liking what they considered as church people as worldly music, and they used to make me cut the radio off, don't play that, you know. And I would love to listen to my radio going to sleep, but I really couldn't sleep because every time my favorite song pop on, I'm up listening to the words, you know what I'm saying? And so Pops rather, knew that I had a real ear for music just like him, you know what I'm saying? So like I can pick the hits before they come out, you know, long as I'm into, and by him building studios, which one of the studios he built at the time was called The Disc. I think the name changed now. It was on the east side on 9 Mile. And he sent me to recording engineering school, you know, and I just really love music. Music was like, you know, I got a saying, and it's kind of like Jack Spade and I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Every hero need theme music, and that's me. I need theme music playing while I'm sitting around talking, while I'm driving in the car. I come from the era that you gotta pull up, I feel like I'm in the Lambo or I'm in the Rolls, and I gotta pull up with this playing. I don't care if you hear it or not, this is the feeling I gotta have, excuse me, pulling up to the club. And leaving the club, I gotta put this on. It's like, now I'm with my girl, I gotta play this. You see what I'm saying? Like I have different moods around different people and situations. So I play the music according to, and sometimes I just play how I feel. If I'm on some, I wanna fuck a nigga up and I feel like somebody did me wrong, I'm playing Tupac back in that day, you know. If I feel like mellowing out and I want to hear some R&B that's not too, and I'm speaking about the 80s and 90s, and I want to play some R&B, then I'm going to play some Silk, or I'm going to play some Jodeci, or I'm going to play some Jagged Edge, you know what I'm saying, during that era, you know what I'm saying? Like, I play music according to how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite R&B artists today is Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? I love Chris Brown. I never had a chance to meet him, but I love Chris Brown. That's my favorite R&B artist. And he make the type of R&B music that I love, you know what I'm saying? And that I can relate to. You know, it was R. Kelly at one time too, and some of the other groups that I named already, but Chris Brown is my favorite overall.
Chad, I want to know, how do you feel about Playboy Cardi?
What about him? I like some of his music, bro. I don't, you know. I spoke to him a few times on the phone. I haven't met him in person, and him and my son used to hang out at one time. But people understand this. Let me let the chat and everybody else, the world, understand this. These artists, they do entertainment. They make music to not only please themselves, but to please the audience. So their personal life is their personal life. Their personal preference is their personal preference. Like, I don't get caught up or mixed up in that. I know who I am, I know what I am as a man. You see what I'm saying? So like, I can love your music and not like you as a person for certain people. You know what I mean?
Do you have a favorite club song?
My favorite club song? Ooh, man. It depends on my mood. You know, I love some Future. I love the Migos. You know, I love Lil Baby. You know, of course I love Rick Ross. You know, he got some club bangers. You know, I love what Young Miami doing. You know, and glad to see her with a hit, and I'm sure she got more hits. I love Glorilla. You know, I love Yo Gotti, I love Jeezy, of course. Like, I would say probably anything by Jeezy, as well as hearing my name in the Ross song, those are some of my favorites walking through the club, you know, for real. Like, cause Jeezy, I mean, the majority of Jeezy life been about himself, me, and BMF, you know, like his greatest hits, I should say. You know what I'm saying? That's why so much of Detroit love Jeezy. And I love and respect Jeezy as the realest in the game because I know where he come from. And he's did nothing but have love and respect for my family and my mom especially. He's came and seen my mom in the hospital with flowers. He sent his security to get my mom to bring her to the concert. My mom, like the oldest one in the concert, you know, on the stage. So it's stuff like that that resonate with me that I will forever have love for. So never forget that you hearing this from me, not from somebody to say what Meech was thinking. You're hearing this from me and out of my mouth.
Chat wanna know, how do you wanna be remembered?
The best to ever do it, hands down.
Do you have plans to do any bigger interviews?
Of course, that's why I'm only giving you a little bit.
Nas, Najee, gifted 100K.
Najee, you know what it is. I know what it is. Can't wait till I can see you.
Najee, give 100 full cent.
Toxic media, so there you go. Shout out to toxic media.
Najee, shout out Toxic Media. You know, like Najee, you know we got something special. And it's been a long time. Toxic Media, glad to have you aboard.
Chat wanna know, how do you get by in lonely times for people who can't find anyone?
How do I get by in lonely time? Tasha. That's how.
The chat wants to know, what kind of watch is that?
This watch was gifted to me by Raffaello. It's an all black diamond watch. And Raffaello was like, you spent so much money with me back in the day that didn't have nothing to do with Jacob and all the other jewelers. Shout out Gary in Detroit. Shout out Wafi in Atlanta. Shout out Allen in the Diamond District. Well, not the Diamond District, but in the Paramount in Atlanta. Shout out to Diamond District, where I bought my $1 million PJ 101, or PSJ, however you want to say it. Shout out them. This watch here was especially made for me. You know, of course they have some more, and they have some different colors, but this was the color that fit me. I always wanted a all black diamond watch to represent the family, you know, BMF for life.
Deep East 24 asks, what did prison teach you that the free world couldn't?
Patience. Patience.
Mm-hmm.
Free world couldn't teach me patience, because I'm always on go. But you can't go past them walls in that prison, in that fence. So it teach me patience. And I'm still learning. because even though I'm out here in a different era and different time, and it's like you want everything to happen so fast, and which is what I'm used to 21 years ago. So you would think that during those 20 years and the 18, 19 months of being on home confinement, that you would get used to being slowed down. But that's hard to get used to when you expect so much from yourself. It's not what nobody else expects from you. It's what you expect from yourself. Excuse me. And what you're used to doing. So I'm used to moving fast. I'm used to making everything happen with the grace of God. And it's just not that way anymore, especially living in a contractual, legitimate world. When you're doing things by contract, you have to watch what you do and say. You have to watch how you carry yourself. You have to honor the contract. You know, so it's a different world. You know, it's a good world because you can do what you love to do and have the look that you want to have legitimately. But it's hard for a person that come from an illegitimate lifestyle able to do shit at a drop of a dime or wake up and buy one of anything in the world.
Chat, what do you have to say to Gen Z?
Who?
Gen Z.
Gen Z? What do I have to say to Gen Z?
All right, please tell them.
Who is Gen Z? I don't know who Gen Z is, so what would I?
These kids now.
Generation Z.
Oh, Generation Z.
Yeah.
See, that's the old side of me, not knowing what Gen Z is. You know, I can admit my wrong. I mean, you know, again, like I said, come together. They gotta learn to come. They gotta come together and you know, 100% of nothing, or you can have a percentage of everything. So we have to learn how to get the ball rolling on some of these projects, and not sit up here and say, oh, well, hey, I got 100% of this. This is a great idea, but you need funding. If you need funding, then you need to give up a percentage, so your dreams can come a reality. You know what I mean? So I'd rather own 70% of something and give up 30% for a little bit of money, and let's get the ball rolling, than to sit up here 100% of something with no money.
Rocky 2027. Will you do streaming university Europe?
Of course I would. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar, and I don't have one.
Chat says, what do you think of I Show Speed?
I like I Show Speed. He doing his thing. What's not to think of? He doing what he's supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? He on top. He from Michigan. That's great. No matter where he from, I respect it.
Castanat or I Show Speed, who do you want to do a stream with first?
Either one that'll have me.
Chat asks, what is your favorite football team?
That's crazy. I'ma have to say Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is why. Because I want to see him win one.
Got some new followers to the channel. City PM, 100 kicks sent by Lost 5569.
Appreciate that, Lost 5569. Not sure what the 69 is for, but I understand.
Tino LaFleur sent some kick.
Tino LaFleur.
What is your favorite NBA team?
NBA team would be, I can't lie, it's been, since I've been locked up, it's been Golden State, you know, and sometimes where LeBron playing at. But Golden State been my favorite for years because I never had a chance. I seen LeBron 04 and 05, but I never had a chance to see Steph Curry, but when he was in college.
Do you have any thoughts on LeBron allegedly coming to Miami?
That would be beautiful, because then I would be able to see him way more often. I love and respect LeBron.
Would this be your first time seeing him?
No, we got a relationship already. He welcomed me home first. Him and Rich Paul.
What are your thoughts on Ja Rule?
Ja Rule, a great guy. Boy, we done had a lot of good fun together. Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, Chris Gotti, shout out to them. You know, shout out to Nelly and his wife. You know, I love seeing that, how they loved, endured, how they was together at one time, separated, and then came back and got married. You know, I love stories like that.
The chat asked earlier about your shirt. Were you gonna tell them where you got it from?
This shirt here came from Exclusive Game T. Exclusive Game T. You know, told me to come up there and get whatever I want. He's the how do you say it? The people that clothe. He's the stylist for the stars, and I used to buy T-shirts and jerseys from him first starting out. So I kind of I'm like one of the ones that put him on back in the day. So shout out Exclusive Game T.
Like a Dapper Dan, like a Dapper Don of our era.
Yeah,
Dapper
of
Dan.
our era,
Dapper
yeah.
Dan, my bad.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah.
Have you always been into fashion?
Of course, I come from Detroit.
Man, that's what I
We
was trying to
created
tell
the
him,
fashion.
bro. I was trying to tell him, like,
We
niggas-
created,
more.
I mean,
Suits and gators and shit.
we created fashion. I probably dressed up more as a teenager than I do now, or than I did right before I left, because that was the thing, suits and gators. So, you know, we wore Paz-O'Leary suits, Armani suits, Bottega, what was it, Bottega, something like that, suits, what was it, Canali. You know, we wore those type of suits. We wore gators, yakarachis, and snake skin, eel skin, armadillo.
I was saying,
You know,
you should.
we that's how we grew up, with $200 ties, $500 white shirts up under your suit. You know what I'm saying? So like we grew up that way, and so that's kind of, with me getting in so much trouble, that's what kind of made me go more urban, because we fighting and shit. You ain't got time to be tearing up your $2,000-$3,000 suits and gators. You got $1,500 shoes on.
Let's talk about your nephew, the artist.
What about him? Very creative. He stuck with his passion. Even when I was locked up, he was making drawings. You know, so I'm very proud of him. And I'm looking forward to see what he may have for Art Basel this week. I mean, not this week, excuse me, this year.
DBeast24, what professional athlete do you feel like you relate to the most?
Huh?
Professional athlete you feel like you relate to the most.
That I can relate to the most? Playing or not playing? Playing or not playing?
Break the fall.
Playing.
I'm saying if not playing, I would say Shaquille O'Neal. You know, playing, I would say LeBron James. And KD, Kevin Durant too. I had a few conversations with Kevin Durant, and I love his mindset.
My nigga like an AI for real. He like a Iverson. You feel me?
Lord _A_mercy. I appreciate you, Meech.
Appreciate you too for tuning in.
Chat want to know, are you open for gaming collabs?
Yes.
$6660 X. If you had a time machine, what would you do?
If I had a time machine, what I would do, I would fast forward to the future. I don't need to go back because I already know what that's like.
We got Dadon 520, 5200 sent a kick. Hell yeah.
Appreciate you, love you, Don 520.
Chat want to know, what's next for Big Meech?
What's next? That billion. I'm trying to reach $1 billion before 2029. That'll be 5 years after my release of prison. So that's one of my goals out of many, is to reach that billion, me and my son, by October 15th of 2029.
Coco Diamond just gives you 100 kicks.
Thank you, Coco Diamond. Love and appreciate you.
Favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant right now, probably be Bistro Cafe, Bad Bunny shit. Right now, in Miami. Now, if you go in other places, I got different restaurants, but right now, here in Miami, Bistro Cafe is my favorite restaurant.
Why do people leave Detroit for Miami?
Because it's cold up there majority of the time. So they never really leave all the way. They just leave during when it's frostbitten season.
W's?
Lots of W's, lots of ones.
Kid.
All them W's in the chat.
Robert Rich asked, do you feel like all the love and the people you helped back in the day was reciprocated today?
I only care about God's love. I can't care about nobody else's love. I only care about God's love. As long as God got me, the world can be against me.
Chat says, play us some new music that you're listening to.
I'm listening to 42 Doug, I Swear Vezo,
They said play it.
and that Skilla Baby and Chris Brown Face Card.
Oh yeah, that was definitely.
W's in the chat.
W's in the chat, appreciate that.
It's 3:33.
333.
It's 333, angel numbers. Let no man separate, we create from every hood to Hollywood, coming to a ghetto near you, death before dishonor, the greatest show on earth. After us, there will be no other.
Lord _A_mercy. And is
And is.
Play song.
W's, W's.
Play song.
Turn it on.
Yeah, let's-
Oh, listen. Also, as far as music, that whole Cash Cobain, Slizzy Entertainment stuff, I'm on that. I love that. You know what I mean? Like, them niggas made some good music. Bass Swag, Kyle Ritchie, Ty, you know, and Slizzy. Anybody that I forgot or didn't name, A Boogie, of course. Everybody that's dealing with them, that's on what they own, I love that type of vibe and that type of music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real, because
Chet asks, who is your favorite Latin star?
Anuel is him and Bless, Don Omar, Tego Calderon, Bad Bunny. I listen to all of them, but Anuel probably one of my favorites right now today, next to Bad Bunny.
Chet asks, are you listening to any African music?
What am I? Your boy, Burna Boy is one of my favorites over there. You know, I really mess with Burna Boy music. I messed with him when I was locked up. I took a listen to it, you know, and what's the other guy over there too that's doing good? Tony, help me out.
Wizkid.
Wizkid.
Yeah, Wizkid, and then it's another one. Huh?
Vibes, or something?
Who? Vibes is from Jamaica, man. Vibes Cartel from Jamaica. Shout out Vibes Cartel. I fuck with them tough. Shout out Corey the Taboo. You know, I fuck with Corey Tough and his wife, and they got the Taboo thing jumping down here. Shout out 24, my man Marv. You know, from Detroit, got Pantheon in Detroit. You know, big shout out to my man Littles. You know, that he got the marijuana brand, as well as he's doing a lot of things on the business tip. Corporate shout out High with Baccarat, one of my favorite clubs down here, regular clubs down here. Booby Trap, Theo, Greg, Mike, you know, shout out Liv with Mike Gardner and them. Even though they ain't paid me yet to come in there, they still gotta pay me. You know, to come in there because I've been in there already and ain't. Shout out Vibes. I love Vibes, and Ryan treat me like a boss player every time I pull up. You know, the same thing with Corey and Taboo. Every time I pull up, they treat me like the boss that I am.
What is your favorite night?
Playa, shout out Playa and Shake, Megan, and Dana. Shout out Dana too.
What is your favorite nightclub?
My favorite nightclub, I'm gonna have to say Baccarat right now. Baccarat. High, my Jewish Israeli partner, High in Baccarat. Shout out Baccarat. Always treat me like a player. It's diverse, and I've never had a bad time in there. So when you're in Miami, go to Baccarat. Kiki on the River is nice too, love them. Something special.
5-star wants to know, who are your favorite boxers?
Floyd Mayweather, first, hands down.
That's his best one.
Yeah, that's one of my best friends. That's my brother. That's my Michigan homie. You know, he one of them ones. And he the one that I've always been able to depend on, coming home, trying to figure it out, he was there for me every step of the way until I got it.
What city have you had the best time in?
All of it.
Shout out to South Carolina.
Shout out South Carolina.
Shout out to New York.
Big shout out to New York, NYC in the building. Had plenty of fun all over NYC. And they embraced me like one of their own.
Shout out to the Knicks.
Of course, shout out to the Knicks. Ain't no question. Love what the Knicks did. And you know, I really respect and love what's his name that came from what's the center name? Carl Anthony Towns, because I know he lost so much during COVID and I was locked up. And he don't know me from a can of paint. I never met him or none of that. But he lost a lot during COVID. And he still stuck with his craft. He still stuck with playing basketball. And he earned a championship. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to him. And I love to see what he doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And I love, what's the point guard? My man. I watched him since he was playing at Villanova. The most valuable player, man.
Jalen
Brunson.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Because, you know, he made people like him. It wasn't hard for me, but I love the fact that he made people like him because he perfected his craft. When he went to Dallas, he did his thing. He didn't give a fuck who was over there playing with him. He didn't care whose name may have been bigger than his. He did his thing in Dallas, and then when he went to New York, he got that championship. So I respect that. But I was watching him from college, locked up.
The chat wants to know, have you ever considered acting?
It's been talked about. So I definitely considering taking acting classes and shooting my shot. Why not? I'm a jack of all trades anyway.
If you could go back in time, what advice would you tell your 18-year-old self? From Scrappy 33.
My 18-year-old self, invest in me more than investing in others.
Chat wants to know, will you ever own a label again?
I'm not gonna say no, and I got this idea of maybe doing an all-women's label, but I'm not really trying to do a label for the men because it's just today's stigma come with so much gang violence, and you're held accountable, especially me being who I am, for everyone's actions.
Chad wants to know, what are you listening to right now?
Cash Cobain in French Montana, Payroll.
Have you ever been to Georgia, Savannah, Georgia?
Never been to Savannah, but was locked up with a lot of friends from Savannah. A lot of friends. Shout out Muff, who had a life sentence on the Ricky Gibbons case, who was at home and doing well, thriving. You know, shout out to Pat, who had a car wash down. Shout out to my real homie who ride with me to this day from Savannah, Sirius.
What do you say to people who are struggling right now?
Get on the grind and do it. If God don't help you, ain't nobody else gonna help you.
The Dawn 5200 sent a hell yeah thumbs up.
Dose of Dia just followed the channel.
Who?
Dose of Dia.
Appreciate you, Dose of Dia. We're gonna give you what you're looking for. Thanks for joining.
The chat keeps asking about books in the pipeline. You got any alpha, anything you can tell us about the book?
What book?
Memoir, potential memoir?
I can't, of course I got it, but I don't want to listen, when I do the book, when I do the memoir, I'm doing a tour with that. So just make sure you show up at the tour or in one of those cities and you're going to get all that you're looking for and more. I'm taking pictures, I'm doing autographs, I'm spitting knowledge, you know, I'm talking about all sides of life because I experience all sides of life. And I'm speaking from experience, which experience is the best teacher, you know.
W's in the chat.
W's in the chat, appreciate that. More W's in the chat. Let me hear more from my people overseas. My people in Australia, I ain't heard nothing. Nobody in Australia ain't watching. Let me hear something.
Taiwan in the chat.
Taiwan in the chat, love Taiwan. Love Taiwan. Where my Vietnamese people at? Love Vietnam.
Chat wants to know, what relationship advice would you give?
What relationship advice would I give? Depends on what's going on in your relationship. What's the problem? Talk to me.
W's in the chat for that. Toronto in the house.
Toronto. Give it up for Toronto.
The chat says you always got some free game. That's from Melly Keegan.
Appreciate that, Melly Keys. I'm just, you know, I only know how to be me. I don't know how to be nobody else. This me, this always has been me. And, you know, I want for myself, I want for everyone else as what I want for myself. That's the best way to put it.
Chat says, what is the quickest way to make some money legally?
The quickest way is to find your niche, is to get with the right person, you know what I'm saying, or right people, or right conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And like, you can know everything, but never have nothing. And you can know nothing and have everything if you connect it with the right people.
What do you have to say to YNs?
Stop killing each other for nothing and start getting money. Stop running around shooting up families and everything and beefing and when you can be getting some real money out here. Like, why you wait till somebody go to the gas station or go to the party to want to kill them? Like, this your chance, this your opportunity. You know, like, some stuff you have to let go. Half of y'all killing for nothing, you know? I've seen a lot of people die in the penitentiary over 20 years for the principle. And the principle was very, very small. It's because somebody didn't pay back something that was simple, or because somebody turned the TV and didn't have the right to turn the TV, and somebody crossed the line that they wasn't supposed to walk past that line and everything. So like, for the YNs, like, stop doing all this stupid shit. If you got 3 people telling you you're doing something stupid, then you gotta look at yourself and be like, I am doing something stupid. Let me change. Let me straighten up. You know what I'm saying? You should want to live. You shouldn't want to die young. You know, my life expectancy when I was coming up was 25. During the Tupac era, that's when he got killed. 25. Biggie, all that shit. So that was life expectancy. For my era, y'all era, it might be 14. I'm joking, but it could be because you niggas is crazy. Y'all killing each other, and half of y'all ain't really got no pussy yet.
Dubai in the house, Toronto,
Canada.
Dubai, Toronto, Canada,
Australia,
Australia. That's what I'm talking about. Australia, man. I'm trying to hit that red light district in Amsterdam one time.
Israel in the house.
Israel. My Israeli homies. They got it figured out. We trying. Help us.
Haiti in the house.
Haiti.
New follower, Birdman J.
Okay, Birdman J. We love you.
Did you ever think you would be this legendary growing up in Detroit?
I wouldn't say that I seen this part of it, but I was a legend even before my time. But I didn't see living to be this age, and I didn't see what's going on now happening. So now I'm doing my best to stay focused by the grace of God and figure it out and be the.
You're strong as a lot.
Chat wanna know.
City Furniture is now City Home and easier, more exciting, more complete.
Tampa is in the chat. _A_Mercy.
Kitchen, bath, closet,
Tampa in the chat. Appreciate you. Where your W at?
along with the furniture.
Nas, who's been gifting all night, asked, what is a belief you held during your run that you had to completely unlearn?
Is now
Unlearn?
Yeah.
stop for all things home.
That what is that I had to unlearn?
It's like a principle you used to stand by that no longer you necessarily abide by.
I don't have no principles that I stand by that I no longer by. Because that would mean that I don't believe in those principles. I believe in every principle. I believe in death before the time. I believe in loyalty is not just a word, it's a lifestyle. I believe that if the sun shined on the world every day and it never rained, then the world would be a desert. We need the rain to help the flowers grow.
Any bad advice you ever received?
A gang of bad advice. Keep selling drugs. That's one. That's the main one. Keep going. Where the plug is? Put me on. No, I don't want none. I need a plug. That's the bad advice.
We got more followers. How's with? Ain't nobody. W's in the chat.
How do you feel about 11 nightclub in Miami?
I've never been yet. But from what I've seen, I liked it. But I've never been in there yet, so I can't speak on it.
What does success look like to you in the first 90 days?
What does success look like to you? Success,
Chat says, how do you feel about the baby?
I like the baby. He got hits. I don't have no problem with the baby. Never have. He got hits. I'm glad to see him doing back on the grind and doing well.
Freddie 813 Mox. Hawk 44412. How do you feel about NBA Youngboy?
I love NBA Youngboy. He's doing his thing. I love to see YN strive. I love the fact that he went through a lot to be where he at right now. And I hope that he learned from his mistakes and love and respect his situation. Because he's a future billionaire. If he allows only he can stop him.
Lasso5569 is getting a bit personal. He's asking for some advice on coming out after doing your time and how do you defeat shame, especially being in public again.
Have no shame. But they never knew the networking that went on behind the scenes with people from different cities and states, you know, linking up and making things happen on that legal and illegal tip.
So, question from Obtenero or Dinero, is making money easier now in today's time versus back then? Are you more comfortable now in the world? Back when you were hustling?
I was more comfortable back then because I was in control of my own destiny. But making real money is easier now for the world because there's so many different entities that you can make money in right now, you know, with this being the information era with social media and everything. So now everybody's coming. You got people that come from nothing to something streaming. You got people that come from nothing to something having a YouTube channel, a podcast, you know, an opinion on something, you know. So it's different. It's a lot more credit thrown around versus a lot more cash being thrown around back then, but only within a small amount of people.
Can you say what is the best city to make money in America?
Don't get freely. They don't want to give you
I can't really say what's the best city, you know, because you got some cities that you can go buy up the market very low and live and then sell for high, but I can say that one of the best cities in America as far as making money and getting money or and living would be Miami. Because just look at where all the hundreds of millionaires, billionaires, tens of millionaires run to. They run to where they can not only make money, but live and enjoy themselves too.
A lot of people keep asking about regrets and shame. Can maybe you
There's no
expand?
regrets, there's no shame. I can't have shame. How can I can't never change the past. And the past made me who I am. So whatever I went through in the past, how can I regret it if I am who I am today? You see what I'm saying? So it's a blessing. And experience is the best teacher, especially if you can live through it. So definitely no regrets ever. Definitely no shame. You know what I'm saying? I don't have what I'm gonna be shamed about. My shame and my pain turned into money and making my dreams come true. Everything I ever dreamed about, I got. And more. And so if I dreamed of a red Ferrari and got a white one, if I dreamed of a blue Benz and got a black one, if I dreamed of a mini mansion and got a big mansion, you know, all of that came true. I dreamed of the woman that I want or desire. I've had that, you know what I'm saying? So I've had everything I ever wanted and loved around the board. So I don't have a regret. It's not even in your best interest to have a regret. It's in your best interest to do better. So, you know, instead of regretting something, make up for it in the future and do better. It might have not been meant for me to have it at that time. You know, it might not have been meant for me to have $100 million when I felt I was supposed to have it and I only had 50. but then I get 100 2 or 3 years later. So like you can't regret nothing. You can use it as a learning experience. Regrets mean nothing. What you gonna do? You can't. Where your time machine at? This ain't the end game. We can't go back in time and make everything right in the future or at not right now. What you can do is make the best of the time that you have ahead of you.
W's are going off in the chat right now.
As they should. W's in the chat. Appreciate y'all.
Dallas tuning in, UK tuning in, saying, have you ever been to the UK?
UK, no, I haven't been. This chain was made in London. It's charmed by A Jewelers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out A Jewelers. I'm coming to London. They did this for my son who gifted it to me. Trap Stars over there. We coming, we fuck with Trap Star. We got the collab with the leather jackets, limited edition. Trap Star BMF. You know, shout out to Central C. I never met him, but I like his music. So, you know, we here. Wherever we haven't been, we plan on coming through there.
Chat said you have a space age hookah.
Yes, we do. So get on top of it. Get on top of it. Definitely electronic hookah. You don't have to use the cord. You don't have to be so messy. So get on this hookah. Pay attention to it. Nickname hookah.
Will you ever invite your brother on stream?
Of course. Whenever he's available. I'm in Miami. He's in Detroit. So I haven't done nothing with him yet on the stream. But it's coming soon.
You got blessings from the chat. Peace, love, and prosperity to you, Meech.
I appreciate that. And the same for you.
Chat wants to know, Smootho wants to know, how do you learn your tricks? Were you self-taught or did you have mentors?
Say that one more time.
Like your leadership, like how did you learn your skills to maneuver and field?
I'll put it to you like this. I was a good follower, which turned me into a good leader. Now, when you become a good leader to yourself, you lead, you're the front runner. So now it's whatever you do. Everything, you gotta understand that I've lived a flamboyant life, which selling drugs, which said couldn't be done. You had a lot of people who felt like, oh, I'm gonna be low key. But all their money got caught up while they was low key, and they had a lesser conspiracy than me. My conspiracy is 15 years with no evidence against me. So that tells you, even though there's nothing perfect in the world, that tells you that I did everything right. If you want to say, oh, he was too flamboyant, I didn't get caught up for being too flamboyant. I was too flamboyant, but they can never prove that I was sold drugs. They never heard me talk about drugs or anything like that. And it's documented. I'm not patting myself on the back. It's documented. So when you become the one, as I say, you try to make all the proper steps, but you never understand what they can do to bring you down with no evidence. So, of course, I was a good follower, and I learned from many different people, whether in the streets, in the legal world, but I also learned from people on TV and movies and shows and stuff like that. And I put it all together, you know, but at the end of the day, it's like there's no perfect person or perfect situation, you know what I mean? But I did the best. I got a 15-year conspiracy. So who follows a person for 15 years, yet gather no evidence in crime on it? That's me. and it's documented.
So it's 4:15. Are you a night owl, morning person? When do you get your best ideas?
I can go to sleep at 5 and get up at 7, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm with Tasha, I might not get up till 4 tomorrow.
Anything you haven't done that you want to do?
Become a billionaire legitimately. What y'all think about the cameraman tonight? Shout it out in the chat. What y'all think?
W's in the chat. Actually, the chat is going out there. Really appreciated for all the game you've given.
Yeah, they said great. Great.
They know that it's gonna pop off thousands of viewers.
Right away, they said.
Listen, I gave this game because it was on my mind and heart tonight. I did this tonight. No club, no interference, no nothing. I did this tonight for myself as well as the chat, because I just feel like our people need to work hard to come together instead of working so hard to be apart. You know, we putting a lot of work in being apart. We putting a lot of work in on the divide and conquer tip. I want us to come together. I want us to be as one. I want us to spend money with each other. I want us to make money with each other. I want us to make generational wealth. I want us to not have no poor people in this world. There's no reason to have poor people and have a government. If we got poor people in the government, then that means somebody doing something wrong. We need to get it right. We need to figure it out. You know, so that's why I did. That's why it was important for me to do that. I was gonna do this for about an hour or 45 minutes. Cameraman, everybody can chill, but the chat is what helped me go on. You know what I'm saying? So that should go to show you what we can do when we come together and we ask questions and we try to get an understanding. Because everything that's bad mostly come from a misunderstanding or a lack of understanding. You see what I'm saying? So now it's important to get an understanding in all these situations. You're not going to be perfect. She's not going to be perfect. But we're going to make the best of what we have and our opportunities. That's the problem. That's what we have to get right as a race, and get it right as a race, and come together and make real things happen. Deal with the adversity, deal with the sacrifices. Everybody want to come in, invest their money, and blow up. It don't always work like that. Sometimes it's a little slower. Sometimes you gotta invest and wait 6 months, a year, 2 years to get the real payoff. But you gotta be able to wait it out. That's the real world that we live in, and that's what I want to see. That's my dream. I'm not Martin Luther King, but my dream is for us to all have something.
Man, chat's going off. They say you did a great job. Thank you for keeping it real. Everyone's questions were answered. Big W's to cameraman Tasha, chat, Big Meech. I mean, we're wrapping up, but we live in a day where everyone wants a quick fix with social media. How do we bring people together when they're not thinking long term?
We have to make them think long term. They don't have no choice. If you keep living and you poor, you gotta figure it out. So it's long term, whether you like it or not. You gotta learn how to learn from your mistakes. You see what I'm saying? If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're an idiot. That's what that means. That equals a fool. If you fall for the same trick twice, you're a fool. you're an idiot. So like, if you buy too many houses and can't come up, then you gotta try something else. You can't give up. Never give up. That's the one thing about life, period. Never give up. And if you do your due diligence and check things out, even with other races, they'll tell you how hard they may have had it at times to reach the point to where they never have hard times again. And that only thing, money is good for everything but death, because we can't bring nobody back. So no matter how much money you have, or we have, we can't bring nobody back from the dead. But what we can do is make those families' lives better by making the proper investments, by looking out for one another, and just being real, genuine humans out of humanity. So we got to get it right, y'all. It's the end of this chat. You know, I appreciate all the questions that was given to me that I answered. Some that wasn't given to me, we'll catch you next time. Make dollars and cents. We out.